Hi everyone, welcome to Midwest Midas Mining. I'm Matt. Today we are in a creek in central Iowa prospecting for gold. I've never been to this creek before, so it's going to be just as new to me as it is to you. Let's see if we get some gold today. Stick around. So I took my first pan of the day, and really not as far up the creek as I thought I needed to be to find any gold. In fact, that's where I just kind of got in. I'm on a little gravel bar here, and maybe you can see the gravel isn't that big, and I just took a couple scoops out of there and panned it out, and I'll show you the picture right here of what I got. I mean, that's pretty decent for starting my day off on a really tiny little gravel bar. So I'm excited to see what upriver holds. And heck, if upriver doesn't hold any better, I'll just come down here and pan. Nice. That spot had one speck. We're gonna keep heading upstream. Oh, beaver dams again. Rained last night too. So I've come to a big inside bend. This is looking downstream, moving upstream. And then right above it is a hillside. So I'm gonna dig in these gravels here, right there. I'll let you know if I find anything. No gold. Let's keep moving. Walking through the creek, I came across something very interesting up on a hill here. Let me turn you around and you can take a look. Does anybody have a guess what this might be? Leave it in the comments. If you have a guess what this might be, leave me a comment. So my guess is that these are tailings from an old coal mine. There used to be many coal mines in this area. Coal used to be very economically important for Iowa in the late 1800s. It eventually fell out of favor because Iowa has some of the dirtiest, most sulfurous coal there is. But yeah, my guess is coal mine tailings. Just down the hill from that big pile of whatever it is, there's a nice big run of larger rocks here. So I'm gonna dig around here, see what I can find. So the pan I took from right there had 2 specks. I think I'm gonna push a little further upstream, see what it looks like up there. I got a big inside bend here with a big pile of cobble. I'll probably sink a couple shovels in here and do a few pans, see what it looks like. So this creek is very shallow, and it's kind of a challenge to find a spot deep enough to pan in. I've scooped some material out of this location to give me some room, hopefully. That pan had 4 specks, so I'm gonna keep digging here. Hopefully I'll find something bigger. I've done about 5 pans in this area, and I did find a little bit of gold, but nothing that really excites me. So, as always, I'm gonna move up the creek. So I've been wandering up the creek a little further, and I came upon some nice looking rocks and cobble. But if you notice, that bank and then down into the creek is nothing but solid clay. So, right where my shovel is, I've just been scraping the very, very top layer of clay off. And in my first pan, I found that nice piece. I hope that's coming through on the camera. That's a bigger piece. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna scrape here some more, see if he's got any friends. I'm very pleased to report that I found my first Iowa picker. Now I call this a picker, it's an Iowa picker. Come on, I picked it up before. There we go. Pretty cool. So I've been hitting this area pretty hard here, and it's all very shallow to the clay. And I've been getting some nice chunky pieces. Unfortunately, this whole stretch of creek is extremely shallow, and that makes it very difficult to sink in a pan. So here's where I've been panning, and I've been having to shovel out my tailings every time just to keep a hole big enough to pan in. And I'll show you, since I'm working with clay here, how difficult the clay can be. Gold prospecting, gold panning, gold mining, gold I shall be finding. Some of this clay will break up, some of it's completely solid. So I try to break it up, rinse it off the best I can, and then remove it from the system, because the gold will stick to the clay, and we don't want that. Much more difficult than working with pure sandy material. Sandy material, you can pound right through it. Here you gotta rinse off everything very carefully. Like I said before, you don't want the gold sticking to the clay, as you'll never retrieve it. Now, you gotta kind of reach your hand down in here and get that stuff. Try and get it moving from the inside so that you can get everything in the material, in the so that you can get everything in the pan moving. That way the material will stratify and the gold will go to the bottom like we want it to. If you've been finding this at all educational or entertaining, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Whew, working that clay is exhausting. Well, I'm about done for the day, but I had a blast. Finding that picker, Iowa picker, was a lot of fun. Thank you for joining me today on this adventure, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.